Columbia, the largest city and capital of South Carolina. No matter which direction you look, you'll always see a piece of American history. You can take a tour of former President Woodrow Wilson's family home, spot statues of prominent figures, and roam past antique buildings that have been updated to fit modern times. Curious on where you can grab a bite to eat? Walk down any street and you'll find all sorts of restaurants to choose from. And no matter which door you open, you'll always be greeted with that Southern hospitality. Welcome to Columbia, South Carolina, known for its famously hot weather and kid-friendly attractions. On this episode of Family Travel, we're getting up close and personal with some friendly exotic animals from Riverbanks Zoo. We'll climb up the world's tallest 10-year-old at EdVenture Children's Museum, and we'll show you where to grab a bite to eat at some of Columbia's favorite hotspots. My name is Colleen Kelly, and when I was single, I lived abroad and traveled the world. Then I became a parent and wondered, how would I ever travel again? So I set out to find a new way to travel and get back to exploring the world family style. I'm here to guide you on how to get the most out of your family vacation. Pack your bags and join me, Colleen Kelly. We're going on vacation. Funding provided by...
Parents say travel is educational. Kids just think it's fun. It's gotten me up close to dinosaurs, sharks, even real rockets. And that's pretty awesome. Family travel equals family fun. City Pass.
We're here at Riverbanks Zoo, one of South Carolina's top attractions. And I'm going to take you on a tour of the penguin exhibit and then catch up with my family. The actual exhibit isn't open to the public, but today the zoo is allowing me to go behind the scenes for an exclusive interview.
Oh my goodness. They're so cute. These birds here are sub-Antarctic, so as you feel, it's cold in here.
Yes, it's a little chilly.
It's anywhere between 45 to 48 degrees in here all the time, so it doesn't ever get warmer. Sometimes it can get a little bit colder. They are primarily aquatic birds except for nesting, and that's why our birds are all, we have barely any in the water right now. All the ones are up on land because they're nesting. It's their breeding season.
Okay, so there's going to be more little penguins coming along.
Hopefully. We have our fingers crossed. They lay eggs, they'll incubate the eggs on exhibit, and if they hatch here, that's wonderful. They'll stay here, the parents will raise them, and then we'll get to see them out on the exhibit.
And everybody else gets to see them, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's so great. I
do.
love
They
that.
do.
All these little families that are being formed here. Okay, guys, I guess I gotta go because I gotta get my curls and my husband. Is that okay? But we'll see you in a little bit.
Seeing the penguins from the other side of the window is fun, but it's an even better experience when you get a chance to meet them up close. Riverbanks Zoo offers visitors the chance to feed the penguins, but that does cost extra.
Hi, girls.
Before anyone enters the feeding area, you have to rinse the bottom of your shoes to clean off any
You
debris.
excited? Okay. All right. Come on over here.
Your kids will learn some fun facts about the penguins and see how much work goes into making sure they're being raised safe and healthy.
You want to hug them? They look like stuffed animals,
They do
don't
look
they?
like you could hug them, but trust me, with this very strong beak he has right there, you don't want to hug them.
Well, there's some taller animals here at the zoo that I think we want to feed. So, would you like to try to do that? Yeah. All right. Say thank you. All right, thanks again. That was
Bye,
great.
guys, have a good day.
As we walk over to the giraffe exhibit, we get a little distracted by some other friendly giants. One thing you'll notice when you walk around the zoo, you feel like you're in arm's reach from the animals.
He is big. What do you think his name is? George the gorilla. I like it. Ooh, look at him go. Don't you feel like you're in the exhibit, but you're safe? Here he goes. Let's keep going, girls. It doesn't end.
As we were passing the Galapagos Tortoise habitat, the zookeeper allowed us to go inside.
He's a little scary, but he's slow, and I think I can outrun him.
We finally made it to the giraffe feeding exhibit, and these guys were ready to eat. First things first, we each have to grab a handful of lettuce. Now it's time for the fun part.
Here they come. Oh my goodness. Woo! Oh my goodness, look at the tongue.
This was my husband Greg's favorite part. My daughter and niece were a little hesitant, but they built up the courage and had a blast.
It's fun. All right,
Thanks,
girls.
bud.
Let's go wash our hands now, okay? And check out the rest of the zoo.
Bye.
How does that sound? Good? Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
My family and I had so much fun feeding the giraffes, but I wasn't ready for this next animal. As we continued walking through the zoo, a snake caught the eye of my daughter Shay.
2 fingers, come on.
And I had to overcome my fear and be a daredevil like her and touch it.
Ooh, he's kind of really smooth. But I just touched a snake. It's the first time I've ever done that. All these years I've never done it. And it was cool. Wasn't that bad? Right? Yeah.
When you come to Riverbanks Zoo, you honestly need a full day. Besides the animals, you can cool down at the water park or do something a little more relaxing, like hang out in the garden. There are different themed gardens showcasing over 4,000 species of native and exotic plants. During the summer, Riverbanks Zoo and Garden has a number of events scheduled for families. But if you decide to come visit during the holidays, the zoo transforms the area into a light show with nearly 1 million twinkling lights. It's a tradition they've been celebrating for 25 years. My family and I enjoyed every minute of our visit, but there's still so much more to explore in Columbia. Next stop, we're taking you on a tour to one of the city's famous neighborhoods where one of our presidents grew up, the Historic District. Columbia is filled with so much history, and one of the things you can do is take a tour of Woodrow Wilson's family home. The house is located just outside the main business district downtown, but still within the original city limits of Columbia. This district is filled with buildings and houses that date back to the 19th century. As a matter of fact, Columbia was the first planned city in the U.S., and it was named after, you guessed it, Christopher Columbus.
This is the house that the family would live in during most of their time here in Columbia.
Director of Education, James Quint, could better explain what you get to experience on this tour.
So when folks visit our museums and our historic houses, they get to learn about Columbia's history. They get to learn really cool stories about the family members who lived in these houses. And they also get to look at how the city has changed over time, and all of this in a family-friendly setting. And this is what you would have seen had you been on top of the hill in the park looking at the city. Each one of our museums have interactive components to them, so it's really great to have kids here as well because they get to use technology, they get to use hands-on artifacts, and really explore history through different learning styles.
I like the tour because it showed me more how people lived around the 1800s and what their lifestyle was like.
The clothing that the girls wore and a lot of the dresses in there were a lot different than what we wore because they were like a lot bigger. And it showed us the perspective versus what we wore today.
There are a variety of tours you can choose from. To learn more about the other tours and see which one interests you more, visit their website. All the info you need to set up the best experience can be found there. After all this walking around, I think it's time to grab a bite to eat. Who's ready for some Southern comfort food?
Ready, girls? So we were told by locals that this is one of the best barbecue places in all of South Carolina, and we're gonna go check it out. Ready? Hungry? Oh, yeah.
Hey, how are y'all? Welcome to Doc's.
Oh, we're doing great. We're so excited about eating Southern barbecue.
Well,
It's our
that's
first
good to
time
hear.
too.
That's good to hear. We're glad you came to Doc's today. Did you want individual meals, sandwiches, or baskets, or were you looking to try our wonderful buffet where you can try a little bit of everything?
What would you
We want to
suggest?
try everything.
I would highly suggest the buffet. That way you don't miss out on anything.
I want to try it all. All right,
All
4
right.
buffets, please.
Sure thing. We'll get you all fixed up. If you just want to help yourself to a plate and a table, and if there's anything that you can't find and you need, you please let us know, okay?
Great.
You.
Thank you.
So good. You hungry?
Go.
There's so much to choose from at the buffet, but most try the cheddar cheese biscuits, rice and hash, catfish nuggets, and mac and cheese. And don't worry if you don't try everything the first time. There's always room for seconds.
Look at this. True Southern cooking. Nothing like it.
As we sit and enjoy our meal, Doc's owner John joins us and shares some fun facts about the place.
This is amazing. It's so good. This is like my dream is a barbecue
That's
place like
good.
this.
Well, we're certainly glad you're enjoying it, and we sure try hard to make it be good every day.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I love the fact you can try a bunch of things, right?
We
A
already
little
got a
taste
thumbs
of
up
everything.
on the mac and cheese.
Oh, right there. Good. Excellent.
Double thumb up.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. Yes,
So
ma'am.
you're John.
Yes, ma'am.
Who was Doc?
Doc was a physician that was in the Columbia area and treated many of the families from around here and devoted a lot of his time to the folks that could not take care of their own medication stuff that he'd do on his weekends and take care of the public.
And there's also something very local, and it's that sauce, right?
Well, we call it our blend sauce, and it is, again, a sauce that Mr. Stevenson developed 35 years ago. It is a base mustard South Carolina sauce that the natives of South Carolina really love their mustard sauce, but he's added some special ingredients and things to it over the years to where I don't think anybody's got a mustard sauce quite like ours.
Secret? You
Yes,
can't
ma'am.
know.
Are you going to tell us again?
Well, folks, it's been a pleasure visiting with you, and thank you so much for being here. Y'all enjoy, and if I can help you in any way, let me know before you leave,
Oh,
okay?
thank you
John.
for
Thank
taking
you.
time, John. This is great. We're going to dig in now.
Good deal, go for it.
Let's eat.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is everything on
Okay, one of the things I'm obsessed with is brisket. And so John was nice enough, thank you, to get me brisket. Oh, look at that. And fried okra. Growing up part of my life in Texas, this is what I'd eat, and you just can't get anything like this. Wow.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're gonna share this. Maybe not.
As we continue to enjoy this delicious Southern meal, we ask the customers what continues to bring them back to Doc's.
We've actually been coming for about a year. They catered to my work originally. One of the drug reps brought it, and ever since then, we've been coming very regularly, at least a few times a month. So the catfish nuggets are the best ever. Yeah.
And the cornbread.
Yeah, the cornbread is the best cornbread in the South, for sure.
I know it's a barbecue place. My favorite item is fried chicken. I come here for the fried chicken. Sorry.
You definitely need to add Doc's Barbecue to your list of places to eat while in Columbia, South Carolina. It's truly finger-licking good. Before we continue on with our day, I think it's best to take a quick break. There's a reason why it's called comfort food. Who's ready for a nap? Now that we've recharged our batteries and have energy again, it's time to play. South Carolina State Museum is a one-of-a-kind, state-of-the-art institution. The facility alone is a historic artifact. It was once a cotton mill and the first electric-powered mill in the world. The museum not only tells the state's history, it's the home to the largest planetarium in the Southeast. It has the only permanent 4D theater in South Carolina and has one of the largest, most popular public observatories in the world.
The observatory is a great feature for the museum because it is included in general admission, so there's no additional fee. It's also open all during the day as well as during special night programs. The observatory houses a 1926 Alvin Clark telescope, which is a great vintage model. It's a massive telescope, one of the largest in the States in any observatory, and we are allowing the public to be able to control this telescope when they're here. So not only do they get to move it remotely, but they also get to open the dome. It's a real great hands-on opportunity for families who are looking for some additional astronomy education, or maybe just some information about the sun or Venus or Jupiter or whatever they may be seeing in the sky when they're doing it.
Another great attraction is the 4D theater. Parents, grandparents, and children get the chance to experience a movie in the most interactive way.
It is like watching a 3D movie, so you're wearing 3D glasses and experiencing the movie in a theater, but there are all kinds of other environmental effects that you get to experience, whether it's sound, smell, we have different scents for different movies, we have snow, we have wind, we have water sprays that come out from the seat in front of you, as well as air blasts that come from the seat, and the thing that gets people the most are the ankle ticklers that really surprise people under the seats. The good thing about 4D movies is they're not super long, they are actually not full-length films, they're cut down to about 15 to 20 minutes depending on the film.
Now, if you're looking for a change in pace and looking for a place for the kids to run around, just steps away from the State Museum is EdVenture. Little did I know, my husband and girls had a surprise for me.
We decided to give Mom a break, so we came to see the world's largest 10-year-old.
EdVenture is the largest children's museum in the Southeast. EdVenture is designed for families, but particularly children 12 and under and their families, or who really enjoy it here. But if you're coming with an older sibling, that works too, because we have an amazing maker space where even teenagers at heart can take apart a computer and tinker and put things together. So there's something for everyone here.
I can see the teeth, I can see the eyeballs, and then ears.
Eddie oversees all that we do here. He is the world's largest boy. He's 40 feet tall, and it'd be one thing, it'd be amazing if he was just a big boy, but the children soon learn when they run up to him that they can go behind him and climb in him, and he's actually a wonderful exhibit for learning about the human body. His brain sparks, his heart beats, you can actually slide through the intestines. So Eddie is an experience.
There's a real-life fire truck in which children can play. They can change tires on a car, work a crane, pretend to be a veterinarian, and for the little bitty kids, they can even enjoy a puppet show. But there's also a lot more to do outside of the museum.
We have a wonderful butterfly habitat, so kids can actually and families see the life stage of a butterfly and interact with the butterflies directly. If you stand still enough, they'll even land on you.
While Greg and the girls continue to explore EdVenture, I took advantage of my mom time and went to the spa. When you're a parent, it's always great to take a little break from the family, right? But now I gotta get back. However, I think I'm gonna have 5 more minutes, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Maybe 10. No, 15. 15's good. You would think that after an entire day of exploring the museums, these girls would be exhausted. But when there's a pool at the hotel, the fun never stops.
Hey girls, how was the museum? Oh, good. Okay, well, 5 more minutes and then we gotta get going, all right? Okay, have fun. Go on.
Since Greg took the girls out yesterday, I decided to give him a break and have a mother-daughter niece day. I'm taking the girls around the city and starting our excursion with breakfast.
I've been told that this is one of the hottest cafes in town, so we just had to check it out because the line starts forming 30 minutes before it even opens. Oh, look, we're up. Ready?
Everything on the menu sounds delicious, but we had to make sure to order the signature dishes: cinnamon pancakes, French toast, and their famous hangover hash browns.
I'm gonna try this. This is famous. This is supposed to be so good. Hangover hash browns. Look at that. Oh, yeah. This is so good. You have to try this, girls. Want to try a little bit? Oh, you know what's great about this? Trying something new when you go to a new place. It's always good to try new foods. You got a big scoop.
It's a hit. We know how picky kids can be, but this dish has all the right ingredients that even they can't pass up. No wonder people wait in line.
That's because we do, fresh food, cooked to order, and we try and do it consistent, fair price, just cooked good. I mean, it's all about detail. It's all about doing it right, I mean, my parents opened it up 20 years ago, and they just really wanted good food served,
Hangover hash browns, killer. They're the best.
It's all good. It's hard to say what my favorite is. Everything's very good. The pancakes are very good. French toast is very good.
We knew about their Bloody Marys, and they're awesome Bloody Marys. And so we've been here just once before, so we came back this morning to have the Bloody Marys.
Now that we're nice and full, it's time to walk around and explore the city. We took a stroll down 5 Points, one of Columbia's original village neighborhoods. This area is filled with small family-owned businesses, a lot more places to eat, and home to Drip, one of the most famous coffee shops in Columbia. And if you want to just relax and take in the fresh air, clear your mind at the Riverwalk. This section of the Three Rivers Greenway runs along the west side of the Congaree River and passes under 2 bridges. Depending on the day, you may get lucky and catch a concert in the Riverside Amphitheater. Though the major leagues haven't arrived in Columbia yet, you can still catch a minor league game by the Fireflies. You'll have just as much fun without paying the big city price.
So right now we're here on our next adventure, and I'm here with Lori with Saluda Shoals Park. And what can we expect from this day? It looks wonderful.
It is a wonderful day to be out in the river, and since it's so hot outside, what better way to cool off than in the Saluda, which is nice and cold.
Yeah, it looks great, and we're going to go tubing. How does this work?
Well, we've got these great tubes. They've got nice bottoms in them, and all you have to do is get in them and launch yourself out there on the river and enjoy it.
All right, well, thanks again.
Thank you.
I'm going to get going and grab my family.
All right.
Take care.
If you're not comfortable allowing your kids to tube alone, here at Saluda Shoals, you can ask to have all the tubes connected. We wanted to relax down the river, but if you want a little more adventure, you have the option of renting canoes and kayaks. This 400-acre regional park offers hiking, biking, and horseback riding. And for the little ones, there's a splash pad and playground. Coming here won't break the bank either. The park charges one low fee per vehicle, not by person. Greg and I really enjoyed this moment with the girls. We talked, laughed, told jokes, and reflected on our time here in Columbia. Afterwards, you can have a picnic or just run around and jump back into the water. And here's a family travel tip. Make sure to bring enough sunscreen because, as you know, Columbia is famously hot. Columbia treated us well. We had some of the best Southern food at Doc's Barbecue. And I would totally wait in that long line again at Cafe Strudel so I could eat the hangover hash one more time. Greg and I were even able to include some educational activities on this trip that were fun and interactive. And there are no words to describe our time at Riverbanks Zoo. Feeding the animals was definitely the highlight of our trip. This was definitely a fun family vacation. Be adventurous and check out Columbia, South Carolina. It's famously hot.
I'm Colleen Kelly. Thanks for watching Family Travel. Enjoy making memories on your next family vacation.